What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. All right, folks, before we start the actual video itself, I want to remind everybody the Content Creator Program, the new season is dropping tomorrow. So all you people who can't support will be able to support all of those who extended. Congratulations, you got some codes because you did. For those who didn't extend, unfortunately, the codes are gone now. And tomorrow, a brand new season will start with brand new codes. I will be asking you guys every single video as usual to go and support. Now, this video here is an important one for two reasons. Number one, free-to-play account completed POS 10 using all light everything. Okay, I'm going to show you guys my full run, but more importantly, this video is going to show you how important combat power is in this game, not just for damage, not for stats, but just as important for breaking. I'm going to show you guys my full setup, my full team, everything I did to get the job done. So without further ado, let's get in the video. All right, ladies and gents, here's the setup. All right, SJW, Curse, Obsidian, Light Bracers. All right, two weapons that I had is going to be the Golden Tail Fox and A10 Spear. Not Spear, sorry, yeah, Guild Spear. And then for SEORIN, I'll explain to you why I use SEORIN. I used Wish Set for the buff. For Gunhi, I used Greed Set, and Min, I used Blessing Set. My SEORIN is A5, my Gunhi is A8, and my Min is A5, okay? Or A6, I think. Weapons are A5, A8, A6, I think. Igris, Bestie, and Cerberus, my total power 1716, 265 versus 1760. Now, in regards to other things that I use as well along the way, this is obviously on my live stream. You guys can see my blessing stones. I actually take one of these out. I took away Sharp Perception because I didn't need the extra crit, and I put in Pulverize. Okay, so it did bring my abilities or my overall power lower. Now, very important, I want to mention this. If you go back and check out this live stream, when I was at 1706, okay, that was 1.706 million. I could not break DEIMOS with one full round, even with Pulverize. Now, I have a heroic Pulverize, so that's the problem, right? So I have to be very careful what I do here. So whenever I did my full rotation with Pulverize at a lower rate, I could not actually break him. Here, on the other hand, I have full break. So here's what I do. I'm gonna start this video over, okay? You start off with a quick Shadow Step into your Golden Tail Fox. You actually don't perform the full move. You dash out of it, and then you do a quick Corrosion, which is Squall. You'll see the Corrosion debuff there. Now all of your break will do 8% more breaks, right? And right here, you guys can see I summon Gunhi right there to do a break damage maneuver. I do my own light break, and then I summon SEORIN right over here. You can see she's coming right there. All right, and I'm coming every time I see her. Really weird pain. Now, the reason why I do this is very important, okay? SEORIN actually does limited break, which allows me to do 30% more damage while he's in the break state, plus he's in the break state longer, which means I'll get through the first phase much faster this way, right? So you guys can see the amount of damage I'm doing. Now, when I was doing this originally with a little bit less power, we're talking about 10 to 15K less power, I was not able to break him in one full round. It was ridiculous. So you can go back and check that out in the live stream. Now, I want to show you that real quick. That's the first set of rotations. I'm going to go into the actual part where I actually beat him so you guys have that full run and you guys can see how I do it and how the whole rotation works for everything and how we got it done. Okay, so I'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back here again. So same thing again, same rotation. You guys can see after I do my breaks, you do your, so the real timing here that you want to be careful of is whenever you do your Golden Tail Fox, you actually either want to do one of two moves. Your double down maneuver, which is what I'm using, double down, and multi-strike for my two skills, multi-strike, double down, or your spear, right? So those are the things you want to use all the time. Don't use the other skills unless those are up. If they're not up, you're wasting your Golden Tail Fox buff, which is going to lower the amount of damage your moves do. So first thing you want to do, you guys can see right there, I brought him down instantly to 84.6% fairly quickly, right? Before he does any of his jumping maneuvers, right about here, if you get him to 84.5%, he goes into the next phase. Very important to push him there. And I've got 4 minutes and 32 seconds left. Now, I don't have enough ultimate. Now, the beauty here with the Guild Spear is it actually hits every target very quickly and it builds up your ult really fast, right? So you guys can see here, I'm doing this quickly, trying to build up my ult. Now, I don't have enough to build it all the way. I need about like a hit or two away. So I go ahead and perform my skills. Right here, you want to break all the eyes. Very important. Your ult should kill all the eyes. If you're fast enough, you won't have your ult ready, but at this point, it should be ready to kill at least everything else. Into a Shadow Step. Now, the next phase, you don't want to summon your shadows. Do not summon shadows here, okay? Because if you summon shadows, it goes to the next phase. Your shadows will run into the red balls. You'll get all of those debuffs. So right here, Shadow Step, again, double down. You guys can see here, he's still in a broken phase, right? Now, I'm going to push him into the next phase instantly. Like almost instantly, right? Right here, watch. He's going to go up. Wait for him to come down. Don't do any moves. Shadow Step. Get all this in. And then you guys can see, sometimes I'll take the hit, sometimes I won't, right? There you go, 74.5%. You want to avoid this. This right here is a big time waste. Whenever he does that maneuver, he's just wasting time. So you want to try to kill him before he does that, but it's okay either way. Now over here, you don't want to dash too fast because you will miss it. Sometimes even if you get all the greens, you will still get the debuff, right? You guys can see down here, I've got the defense down. I haven't touched any reds yet, but sometimes you will still get the debuff. You guys can see I got 4 of them. Didn't touch any reds, but it happens. Now this, you can bet your ass, he's going to almost be ready to have his break bar soon, okay? So you guys can see right here, try to get as much of your offense in before that break bar shows up. If you're doing this correctly, you'll get enough hits to about 70%, and then his break bar should be coming back, right? There it is. Now here, you want to make sure again that you have corrosion. There's corrosion again, that's squall, there's a corrosion debuff, right? And then you want to make sure over here, you wait till he comes down, okay? This move where he summons the circles on the ground, you actually can't hit him when he's in the air. So there's my break. Make sure again you bring in all your break maneuvers, bring Gun He in, bring in SEORIN, and then try to make sure you get a break. Now, if you can get limited break in again, or limit break, whatever the hell SEORIN's move is, in, you'll be able to do 30 more damage during this break phase as well. Okay, now he does go into the next rotation for the portal phase at 59%. You can't damage him more than that, right? You guys can see him already at 61. So I don't really need SEORIN's limit break here. I just got to push him to 59.5. There it is right there. Right there. Don't do that. I wasted time there for no reason. I just stopped time for no reason. Okay, so it's gone to the next phase. And then we're going to go through this part. I'm not going to bother going through every single one of these. There's the break. Okay, so here you can... The reason why I use my alt before, guys, is you'll build enough alt again to kill the eyes by the time it's ready to go, okay? So there you guys go. Again, jump out of Golden Tail Fox, just get the buff, do your double down. You guys can see instantly brought him to 52%, where he was at 59. The main thing to, of course, be careful of is that move right there, where he screams. It will cancel any move that you're doing. So the only move that you can really do here to avoid that is your spear, because you can do it multiple times. If you miss one, it's not a big deal. If you're casting double down and you miss, it's game over. Okay, so keep that in mind. So you guys can see 43%. We're at 159. Got plenty of time here. He's gonna come back down. Okay, here comes all the balls on the ground. Watch out for that, or the red spots. This is where he summons his ads. This is where you can go ahead and use a spear again, kill a lot of them with the spear alone. And if you have your ult up, you can finish up with your ult. Now look, you can see here, his break bar isn't even coming up. Ideally, you want the break bar to be back around 24%, because that's when he does his yellow break bar. If you can break at the same time, perfect. Won't always happen, but it'd be nice if it did, right? So you guys can see here, 29%. Again, just going in. And remember, with POS, I think it's 5 and above, he does resurrect with 5% more HP after. There's 24%. And there's his break bar. We're going to go ahead and break him here. And then you guys can see here, that's still going, right? That break bar is still down, but it's going to pop up. There it is. That's the timing you don't want. You want to ideally have them timed together, and then that way you can avoid this part right here, which will waste a lot of time, because at this point you've probably wasted some of your break bars. Now, one thing to remember is you need to do a lot of basic attacks in order to keep your MP high, okay? That's a very, very important. Now, I don't have, on my free-to-play, I only have an A4 Stormbreaker, and I only have an A3 staff. That's why I'm not doing that Stormbreaker maneuver, all right? So you guys can see, again, breaking in, going in, doing double down, try to get him down as much as you can. We got plenty of time here, 44 seconds with 10% left, very doable. But again, remember, at 0%, he has a phase where he goes down to 0, and then he'll start recovering HP, and you can't hurt him because he's at 0% going back to 5, all right? So here, spear, wait, see that's waste right there? Avoid that. This is the ball one again, or the red dots. I keep calling it ball, but it's the red dots. There's 0%. Now look, he doesn't die, right? Well, you can see here, you can't hurt him right now. He doesn't take any damage. This one avoid. Now he gets it back. When he gets his back, this is when you got to go all in, because you only have a little bit of time left to finish this off. All right, so there you guys go. So I can comfortably say this at 1.715, so 1.7 million with 15. One break rotation, no problem. No legendary pulverize. If I legendary pulverize, I'll be able to do it at 1705 probably. I just couldn't break him with one rotation. But you guys can see here, after completing that, we got ourselves the POS completion right there, right? You'll see the POS 10. And then, of course, we get ourselves the icon for DEIMOS, which is the gold icon given to us right there, right? So I got that out of it. So there you guys go. Full free-to-play guide. Hopefully that helps. SEORIN was a big, big help during those break phases because he gets broken multiple times. She adds a lot of value to this fight, and he's not strong against water. So water, even though it's a neutral element in this fight, that limit break really does help for extra damage, 30% more damage for 20 seconds while he's in that phase. All right, folks, let me know what you guys think about the video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.